Hi, it's Hollywood. We negatively influence your mind with our woke Hollywood virtues while you think you're being positively influenced. We're in the business of controlling what you think because we want to turn you into a communist. More on that later. Plato once said, "Those who tell the stories rule society." So those who want to rule society have us tell their stories to you, so you can be ruled over. In Hollywood, we insist on diversity, which means everyone must think the same but look different, except still be beautiful, which really means everyone has to look the same too. While we have no actual diversity, we insist on woke virtue signaling diversity. Not because we're good people, but because we want you to think we're good people. That's how we manipulate you. People that virtue signal aren't good people. That's why we have to virtue signal. Hollywood diversity is great! It's probably just a coincidence that everyone in Hollywood is on the left. And people who want to work in Hollywood that aren't on the radical left know they need to pretend they're on the left, or else they'll never work in this town. And it's easy for them to pretend because they're fake people. That's why they fit in so well with us. But when someone has a different perspective than what's on the woke Hollywood script, we cancel them. Like Gina Carano. Not only does she not fit into Hollywood because she's capable of thinking for herself, but also because she's a good person. And that makes our facade of looking like good people look bad. So we kicked her out, and then we spun the story to make her look bad. Because in Hollywood, we're bad people. With our woke Hollywood agenda, we think you're dumb enough to believe that a population riddled with drug addiction, greed, fame obsession, and soullessness are good, happy people, and you should try to be like them. Wow, that'd be like taking financial advice from a broke person, which is a good idea. So Hollywood inspires you to live a better life. And who's the best inspiration for becoming stronger, following your heart, and being true to yourself? Fake people. Actors are fake people who act like other people who then emotionally connect with real people. You. But they're fake enough that they're literally called actors, so you should trust them. And they're also who you should look to for guidance. For example, like when Californians aren't listening to California's least trustworthy man, the man who's responsible for destroying small businesses and might be responsible for more deaths of despair than anyone else in California's history. What do? Bring in Hollywood's most trusted man to have Newsom on his Instagram Live to tell you and the rest of his 200 million followers that you should trust him. And he even praises Newsom's leadership.
I appreciate your leadership.
A tremendous leader and super accountable, Rock. And now Newsom's being recalled because of his abusiveness. Thank you for the trustworthy endorsement, Hollywood. In Hollywood, we use your idols so we can manipulate you. Here in Hollywood, we don't want you thinking for yourself, because then you're not controllable. So we inject thinking into you through your eyes and ears. Would you just let someone inject you with soul-crushing mind control? Probably not. But you would if the needle looked like this, and especially if the needle had explosions behind him. I love beautiful looking charismatic needles that are filled with what we put in them. And you do too. Some people ask, shows like Saturday Night Live used to be funny. How come they're not anymore? Because Hollywood's comedy isn't based on truth anymore. It's based on controlling the narrative. An agenda of control squeezes the truth right out. And if you don't have truth, you don't have actual comedy. Would you like to become a much weaker person while you think you're becoming a stronger person? Hollywood will help you do it. You also want to learn how to perceive strength, bravery, and sovereignty as weaknesses? Hollywood will help you with that too. Is the woke Hollywood agenda synonymous with communism? Yes. Here's a fact. The Chinese Communist Party funds a massive amount of Hollywood. And they also fund genocide. They're very dedicated communists, those ones. Remember how back in 1947, Congress investigated communists in Hollywood? They made arrests? Did they really need to do that? Sure did! Communists knew they could use Hollywood to influence the minds of American people to accept communism without knowing they were accepting communism. You see, today, we take painstaking efforts to help you not see how communism has taken over Hollywood. We let you think that a few unquestionably good causes is what we really stand for, like fighting climate change and racial equality. We get you to agree with those, and you do, because you're a good person, which then tricks you into supporting all the little communism causes that we hide behind them. Because we're deceptive people. Not being able to recognize communism is how we get you to think like one, and then be one, and then eventually live in a communist country, which will be yours if you keep watching us. Why be soulful when you can be like us. Those who control the stories rule society. And we enjoy ruling over you. Trust us, and please keep watching. We entertain you while we entrain you. Hollywood! And one day when you're older, I want you to be a famous Hollywood actor. Oh, hey there. I want to thank the sponsor of this video, BLUblox, my favorite evidence-based blue light blocking glasses. Aside from always wanting to get optimal sleep, sometimes I'm up at night. I'm not going to point fingers as to why, but... And plus, I live in Western society, so at night, we've always got our indoor lighting on, and we're checking our phones once in a while, which means we're being pelted with blue light at night, which isn't good. Wilder, the blue light monster attacks you, screws up your hormones, and ruins your night of sleep. Then you feel like crap the next day, and you get angry and poopy. So in the evening, I just quickly and easily put on a pair of my favorite BLUblox, and I also put them back on when I have to get up in the middle of the night, so I am ensured I'm protected from blue light. It's weird that I still have to get up with him in the middle of the night, because he's a full-grown adult. He identifies as 35 years old. And you can use BLUblox too to help you feel and function your best in a quick and easy way. It's part of my nightly routine, and I think you'll love them too. And BLUblox are also the most stylish blue blocking glasses on the market. Okay, gotta bring this home before one of us has a tantrum. If you want to join me in optimizing your life and feeling and functioning your best by using BLUblox, just go to blublox.com/JP. Be sure to use the discount code JP to get 15% off.